Oh, hey there. So, I've been trying to think of ways to bring better quality video to my channel because, I mean, it's only just starting out, and right now I cannot get really good Wi-Fi battles. I don't have the capture card on my 3DS, so those battles are not going to be that great quality. So I figured I test out my teams on Showdown anyway, so why not just record those, because that's going to be much better quality than the just secondhand recorded Wi-Fi battles. Anyway, so this is something I actually wanted to test out. I know a lot of people have been saying that, like, weather is no good in X and Y, and because it got nerfed and whatever, it's not permanent now, but I wanted to test it out and see for myself, and so far I think that it actually is reasonably good. So let's just go into the battle, and you guys can judge that for yourselves. So I'm going to lead with my Politoed, and this guy's going to lead with Sableye, and I'm going to run straight away because I'm fearing the status, but he predicts that, I guess, and goes for Taunt, but then he goes for the burn anyway, but we're in the rain, that burn counts for nothing, and he's going to switch out and get the special attack boost off of my Scalds with his Gastrodon. So I get out of there, use Ludicolo to eat that up very nicely, and so he's going to be out straight into Trevenant to take my Leech Seed or just generally a grass move, and there really isn't much that I can do to that, so I'm back to Vaporeon, and Trevenant is such a pain. It really is, oh my goodness. But I get the Toxic off on that, so that is a big help. Please let it help, right? That's all I'm thinking at this point in the game. Please let that Toxic do something. So I'm back out to Ludicolo, and he's gonna cut and run out to his Gastrodon, and that's a bad switch up for him, so he's back to his Trevenant now, and I'm behind a sub. I'm thinking, I'm okay, I'm gonna set my Rain back up, but he's about to go for the Curse. There it is, and Curse goes through subs. I did not know that, I do now, and I will know that in the future, I guess. So there's nothing that I can do with this matchup, so I'm out to my Electivire, and he goes to his Metagross, and this is bad for me. I had Earthquake before, but I took it off for Cross Chop, so this is a bad matchup here. I have Fire Punch too, but we're in the rain, so it's really not even much of a point. Anyway, so I happen to win out in the Meteor Mash vs. Wild Charge Slugfest, and I switch out to my Vaporeon to get Toxic, but again, it's raining, doesn't matter to me. I go for the Wish. In that matchup there, I actually was thinking that I was going to have to sack off my Electivire, but since I happened to get lucky and win that bout, I get the health back because I go for my Wish. Now I'm trying to take out this Trevenant, but it just doesn't want to go down. I mean, look at that. Anyway, so he's back out, takes my Ice Punch with his Infernape, and gets back some health with the Seeds, so I'm out to my Politoed to take the obvious Flare Blitz. He's going to switch up to Thunder Punch here, and I know he's about to go for that again, so I'm thinking, you know what, no one ever remembers what Electivire's ability is, except for me, I guess. And so I get that nice speed boost there off of his Thunder Punch and take him down. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to be in a good place, but he switches to Sableye, and I do not want to get burned, so I'm out to my Vaporeon, and again with the predicting that, and goes for the taunt instead. Not only that, but now that I'm locked into Scald, he goes out to Gastrodon, and now I give him a special attack boost again. So I have to switch out to my Electivire and switch back to Vaporeon, so that way I can get the Toxic off on this thing, so that way I can actually put this thing on a bit of a timer, because I do not want this thing around either. This is going to be probably almost as much of a problem as Trevenant. So, I get my Wish up again, and I am about to switch out, and I go into Politoed so that I can get my health back. He takes that Ice Beam, it crits, it doesn't matter. I get my health back, and I need Oh, I go for the Ice Beam, actually. That wasn't even a prediction. I was just trying to get I was just trying to attack that Gastrodon, but it just worked out nicely for me. Anyway, Sableye comes out, and I don't want any status on Politoed, so I'm back out to Starmie, and I go for Thunderbolt for some reason, when I should have just gone straight for Hydro Pump, because, I mean, stab and in the rain, I mean, look at the damage. That almost killed right there. There's 1% health left. Anyway, but he goes back out into Gastrodon, and I don't know how many times I'm gonna fall for this. He gets his special attack boost again off of me, and so I'm back to Ludicolo. This is happening over and over again, you know? So I predict him to switch out to Trevenant, so I switch to Electivire, but he stays in, I guess, predicting that, and gets the Toxic off on me. So I'm just gonna try to take this down, but he's just gonna Toxic Stall me with Recover. And prior to that, I was thinking maybe I could have gotten a 6-0 on this guy, but at that point I was like, there is really no point in my trying to keep Electivire alive. So I go out into Politoed and pull the double switch into Toxicroak, because he's obviously going to go for the Toxic, and that way I can get my Rain up. So I pull a sub as he goes for a switch, and he goes into Trevenant, which is bad for me because there's nothing that my Toxicroak can do to Trevenant either. But at least I get my health back as I switch out to my Vaporeon. Now he's gonna seed me, and I mean, just look at it, jeez. Trevenant just, but he protects and predicting me to attack, but I'm just gonna go for rest to get my health back, and I'm gonna switch out because I don't want Curse or Leech Seed or anything, but there goes the Curse. But here's the thing though, he misjudges the toxic damage, and finally that thing goes down. A Sableye comes in and confuses me, but I'm just going to risk the Giga Drain, and I get it. Sableye goes down, and I go down to Curse. So immediately, I'm just going to go into Politoed because he's got one thing left. I go for the Perish Song because I have 4 things. He's got 3 turns. There's basic math. I win this match because 3 turns, and because you can't take down 4 things in 3 turns, no matter what you've got. I don't care if he had an Uber in, that was not going to work for him. So that is the end of that. And it was actually a really good battle, and I totally enjoyed myself with this. And yeah, so I think that this is what I'm going to do for a while. I will definitely still do the Wi-Fi battles and everything like that. I'll probably do both. But this is probably the best way, at least for now, that I can get good quality battles for you guys to watch on my channel. And I've been thinking about some other things too. I'm thinking that I'm probably going to do a like Wonder Trade event or something like that, where I'll Wonder Trade off a bunch of shinies and stuff, because I've got, you know, got a bunch of shinies that I can Wonder Trade off, and you know, they'll have my they'll have my name and everything like that. It'll be RGR just like my channel name. So that way, you know, if you get one of them, you'll be able to leave a comment or whatever and say, hey, got one of your shinies. Anyway, thanks for watching, you guys. If you could, rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.